All right, for the last decade or so, it's felt like the public cloud was the one and only game in town. But what if I told you there's a quiet revolution brewing under the surface? One that's creating a massive new career landscape for anyone who's paying attention. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into that shift and, more importantly, what it means for you.
For years, going with one of the big public clouds was the default move. It was easy, it was scalable, it was powerful. But now companies are getting smarter, and they're starting to ask some really tough questions. Questions about cost, about control, about flexibility. And the answers they're finding are opening up some incredible new opportunities.
So yeah, make no mistake, the era where public clouds were the automatic, unquestioned answer, that's coming to an end. And this isn't just some passing trend. We're talking about a fundamental rethinking of how we build and manage our entire digital world. So let's break down what this shift actually is, what's driving it, and how you can ride this new wave.
Okay, so to really get where we're going, we first have to understand the problems with where we've been. Public clouds are amazing, no doubt, but a lot of organizations are hitting two major walls. First, skyrocketing costs, thanks to confusing pricing and those crazy fees just to get your own data out. And second, that dreaded vendor lock-in, where you feel like you can check in, but you can never leave.
This is where a really powerful alternative steps into the spotlight, OpenStack. It's an open-source solution that was basically built to solve the biggest headaches of the traditional cloud model. But what is it exactly?
At its very core, OpenStack is an open-source platform. The best way to think of it is like a cloud operating system. It gives you all the fundamental building blocks. We're talking compute, networking, storage, the whole shebang that you need to build and manage your own cloud infrastructure. That could be a private cloud just for your company, or, hey, even a public cloud for your own customers.
And listen, OpenStack isn't just one piece of software you download. It's a whole ecosystem of services. This covers everything from the initial tools to get you deployed and integrated, all the way to fully managed private clouds, expert consulting, and the support you need to optimize everything. It's the key to enabling a true hybrid cloud strategy, letting you mix and match the best of both worlds.
Okay, so we've got this awesome, flexible solution, but why is the demand for it absolutely exploding right now? Well, it all comes down to some really powerful forces in the market that are pushing companies everywhere to find a better way.
And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the matter. While the traditional public clouds can trap you in vendor lock-in, OpenStack gives you total flexibility and control. Where public cloud costs can be completely unpredictable and just soar, OpenStack is all about being cost-effective and optimized. And this last one is huge. In a world full of data regulations, it gives you data sovereignty. You control exactly where your data lives. That's a game changer.
OpenStack is also the powerhouse behind so many other massive tech trends. It's the critical infrastructure that telecom companies need for their 5G rollouts. It's the distributed system that's essential for the rise of edge computing. And it's the secure foundation for all those sovereign clouds that governments are demanding. It's a key piece of the puzzle for the whole platform engineering movement.
Now, this all sounds great for the big guys, right? But let's get personal. What does this whole industry shift mean for you and your career? Because honestly, this is where it gets really exciting. This rising tide of demand is creating a ton of incredible new opportunities.
The market is absolutely hungry for a specific set of skills right now. For instance, if you know how to run Kubernetes on top of OpenStack, you're golden. Same goes for DevOps integration and infrastructure as code. And these aren't just buzzwords, you guys. They translate directly into real, high-value jobs like OpenStack architect or cloud optimization consultant. The demand is there, and the career path is crystal clear.
So you see the opportunity. The next logical question is, okay, how do I grab it? How do I get started on this path? Well, let's break it down with a simple, straightforward action plan. First up, learn the skills. Focus on the core tech, OpenStack itself, Kubernetes, and the key IAC tools. Next, prove what you know. Get a certification like the Certified OpenStack Administrator, or COA. It's a huge signal to employers. Third, and this is absolutely critical, get hands-on. Theory is great, but getting into labs and actually building things is where you gain real confidence. And finally, join the community. Contributing to open source projects is seriously one of the best ways to level up your skills and build your network.
I think this quote just perfectly captures the whole vibe of what's happening. OpenStack stands as a beacon of flexibility, control, and innovation. It's not about being against public cloud. It's about reclaiming choice. It's a return to innovation that's driven by the community, not just a handful of companies.
So the cloud landscape is changing. There's no doubt about it. The only real question left is, what role are you going to play in building its future? The tools are out there, the demand is surging, and the opportunity to build an amazing career in this space has never, ever been clearer. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.